to the Intro Podcast. Today, I have finally got the guest that I have been waiting for, Mr. C.J. Moss.
What's good? What's
Y'all,
good?
listen, I think I had to literally kidnap him to get him on the show. But now that we got him, we about to drain him for all knowledge, all information, whatever it is that we're going to talk about. We're going to find out everything about Mr. Moss.
Hey.
I'm glad that you're here.
Hey.
Welcome to the Intro Podcast.
Thank you.
Tell the people who you are, what you're about.
My name is CJ Moss. I am a sports massage therapist of the last decade. I work with NFL, NBA athletes throughout the last 10 years, if you will. But here recently, I actually posted a TikTok and it actually blew up and it went viral. Actually, multiple of them went viral, if you will. So now this is the first podcast since we dropped the video and we're just spreading awareness right now. Spreading addiction awareness, alcohol awareness, gamble awareness, pornography, whatever awareness or addiction you're dealing with, we're spreading awareness to it today on the Intro Podcast.
The Intro Podcast.
Come on now.
So now, I know your following might know what this video was about, but those that are new to the intro or you're new to them, they may not. So if you'll give them a little background information.
On the video?
On the video, on what brought about the video.
So you want the story?
The story.
You want the story? So
the
just
story.
ask for the story.
Yo, give me the
I got the story, y'all. Don't worry about it. Okay.
Yeah.
So actually, crazy enough, I hurt my back, y'all. I hurt my back. And I went to the chiro. And I came back and that grief feeling was on my back. It was heavy. So I'm not thinking nothing of it, trying to avoid it, trying to find something to do. So what's a great escape? Going on social media. I just randomly went on TikTok. Just randomly. And then I swiped off. I closed the app and I got back on Instagram. Because my favorite app is Instagram. Not gonna lie.
Okay.
At the time.
It is what it is.
Now, when I got on Instagram, it's another massage dude. Like I said, sports massage therapist. So I follow a whole bunch of massage therapists and whatnot.
Okay.
There was a sound, like an audio on the reel, and I liked it. Like the noise. Yeah, it was like, and then, so the piano sound was what it was.
Okay.
The piano sound sounded like my solo and ensemble that I won my junior year in band, state champion.
Okay.
It sounded like that.
Okay.
So it was attracted to my ear.
Okay.
So when I heard it, I was like, I like that sound. Let me go run to Instagram.
Right.
Like I said, the spirit was on me. The grief was on me. I go on my phone, my photos. My sister's the first person I see.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, let me put together something. Like I got this. Okay. I didn't premeditate it. I didn't think about it. It was just one of those, I like this sound. It's kind of chill, relaxed, even sad, but kind of more of a, I want to watch something audio.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, let me give people something to watch.
Okay.
What do people want to see? Like I'm 1,000 thoughts in my head. So I say, you know what? I got some clips that I haven't looked at since my sister passed away 4 months ago.
Okay.
I went to those clips. They're my favorites.
Okay.
I looked at it. I was like, okay, boom, boom, boom. I was like, maybe I could put these together.
Okay.
Put them together, put them underneath the sound. I put the stop drinking.
Right.
I put a little caption on there like, it's a choice you ain't got to, like something like cheesy, like a little cheesy quote.
Like Saturday morning.
Literally, early bird gets the worm type of quote. I'm like, bro, I'm just trying to think of something.
Gotcha.
I was about to post it, and I was like, bro, you know what? This is whack. I sound like the boy who cried wolf. He missing his mom. He missing his sister. Every time you hear about CJ Moss, he grieving. All he's talking about is. So that spirit got on me.
Okay.
The devil was in my ear.
Heavy.
And I was like, you know what? F it. Post. You know, like when you do something, you be like,
I can't take it back now.
I swear.
Yeah,
I said,
I get it.
I said, all right, it posted 97, 98, 99. Post. Swipe off the app. I ran aside. Nervous. Like somebody coming to get me or something. I was nervous, nurse. Because it's a vulnerable moment.
Yes.
Those videos are very vulnerable.
Yeah.
And I actually didn't even plan on like, per se, using it for anything outside of like showing people that knew her.
Right.
Like, hey, this is what it kind of looked like, X, Y, and Z.
Right.
And so when I posted, I was just waiting to be judged. Bro, get off TikTok. Like, bro, you always, like, we want to see massage stuff.
Right.
Like, you on TikTok with it, like, your algorithms are sports, massaging, the body, health and wellness. People don't want to hear about this. So I let that, whatever.
But it didn't stop you, so that's a good thing.
It didn't.
That's a good thing.
Nurse, I'm sorry. What do they know you as? What do they know you as? What do they know?
Okay, so time out. So listen. They know me as Glennette, G Baby, Netta.
Anything. Okay.
Right. This man right here, he calls me Nurse Nelson. Now I say, CJ, you know I'm not a nurse, right? Now I work in the medical field, EMT, emergency medical technician, but I work in the ER. But that's the name that he has given me.
Come on now.
And it has stuck.
Come on now.
And some people have tried to call me that. I'll be like, no.
Oh, we got dibs on it?
Yeah.
Shut up.
You got dibs on it.
Come on, girl.
Yeah.
Come on,
That's
baby.
what I'm talking about.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah. So I'll be their nurse now.
Okay. So this nurse. Okay. So I don't forgot my part. What was I talking about?
These were the pictures that only you were going to look at, or you were going to show people.
Yes.
I
was going to show. Yes.
Right.
Okay. So boom. I posted. I'm panicking. I'm home alone, chilling, doing so I'm just trying to find something to do. Like some bit, because I'm still thinking about it.
So we can't leave you alone.
Right. Like I'm trying to I'm really contemplating, do I want to delete this video or not?
Oh.
Because I'm like, I don't want to be judged for it.
So, but why would you feel that you were going to be judged for it?
The enemy, so you got that devil and the angel.
Right.
It's your conscious and then your subconscious type of thing.
Right.
So it's like, depending on who you look at, it's who you're going to listen to.
Okay, well, we know you looked at that, but you didn't listen to that.
But it was like that spirit was pulling on this side.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things that I was like, all right, but cool, whatever. Nurse, it's probably like 2 o'clock, maybe 1 o'clock. 7:30 come around.
AM or PM?
PM.
Okay.
I get back on TikTok, bruh. And on the bottom of the screen where it said like the inbox and notification, it said plus 99. I'm like, that's weird. I've never seen that before. What is this? And then whenever you press that button, the followers, the comments or whatever, like the little at the bottom,
right?
It said like 1,000, 1,500.
Oh
like,
yeah, I watched that. Look, I saw it.
I said I got hacked. What happened?
Not hacked.
I got hacked, bro. So I'm like, okay, whatever, cool. I go to the video, and boy said like 12K. I'm like, 12K?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, granted, like I said, I've been a decade massage therapist.
Right.
I've had TikToks that's blown up for 50, 30, whatever K.
Right.
So 12K wasn't like, it was like, okay, it hit.
Okay.
But like, I got other videos that's done more than that.
Right.
I wasn't thinking nothing of it.
Okay.
Go to bed.
Go to bed. That's when it happens.
Go to bed.
In the wee hours of the morning.
Hey, listen to me. I went to bed, nurse. I went to bed. I woke up that next morning, say 8 o'clock. I got back on that bad boy. Yeah. That bad boy said, 250,000.
I was there. I saw it.
Views.
Yeah.
I was like, 250,000?
Yeah.
What the heck? Now I'm interested in what people saying. At first, when I seen it, I didn't look at any of the comments.
Okay.
Because I still got that spirit on me.
Okay.
Like, I don't want it. So I was like, I'm gonna sleep on it.
Okay.
I go back, man, nurse. It was almost like when I was reading the comments, my mom was on this shoulder and my sister was on this shoulder as I'm reading the comments.
Okay.
And I'm like, this is the complete opposite of what I thought it was going to be.
Okay.
I thought people was going to bash, hate, this, that.
Really?
Man, the comments talk about, I lost my dad to cirrhosis. My mom's an alcoholic.
Yeah.
I want my cousins to stop drinking.
Yeah.
Man, I just come from a family where drinking is just normal.
Right.
I'm thinking like, oh my, these people are vulnerable and transparent on this thing.
Yeah.
So I end up telling my pops, and I'm like, hey, so I posted this video on TikTok, and it's kind of doing something right now. And so fast forward, that video went off, and I want to say that second one I wanted to post because I wanted to like follow up with it.
Right.
I can't remember what that second one was.
The one that has millions of views.
It was another. It was another one.
That was her laying in the bed where you put 6
Was it that one?
6 weeks after this.
Maybe.
But you did post another video that said that you were going to come and answer questions.
Okay.
After that.
Maybe,
first one.
Okay.
So that was the next one that you posted.
Okay. So let me pause. Let me back up a little bit. I'm sorry. So I got $250,000.
$250,000.
So the people that know, Chase Harris is like my coach.
Okay.
This is like my say I'm Kobe, he's Jordan.
Okay.
Like this is my big brother, this is my guy.
Okay.
So people on the TikTok, or people watching.
Okay.
If you know Chase Harris on TikTok, the Harris family, Bubba, Cash, Niecy, her name's Charlie, and then Mama Harris. Those are my guys. Those are my family. I called him. I was like, hey, bro, like this TikTok kind of going crazy. What should I do? He was like, keep sharing your testimony.
Right.
That's all I needed. Like, it was like one of those, that's all I needed to hear. Yeah. Like, that was the approval I was
they
looking for.
Took the chain off.
Bro, I was posting like a madman. Now I'm posting like asking questions or answering questions.
Right.
Because people are really intrigued.
They really
How much you drink? How much in that? So I'm like, oh, bet I got you.
Right.
I get up that next month. This is 36 hours later, I said.
Okay.
And I probably started answering questions like wildfire. And so what happened is people seen the video.
Okay.
But they want to know the backstory. So when the videos of me talking about the story started blowing up even more, I was like, oh, these people really
they're
struggling.
invested. Yeah,
struggling.
they're invested.
They're invested for real.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing that, okay, this is not just alcohol people talking either.
Right.
There was people talking about porn, THC, weed,
Yes.
workaholic. Like, people are talking about addiction
because,
now.
Let me say this.
Come on, talk to me.
The thing about it is, okay, you're a sports massage therapist.
Correct.
But see, that's not everybody's thing. You know, sports massage therapist. Oh, I got the money. I can get a massage. I'm an athlete. I'm a football player.
That's
That's
the idea.
Here.
That's the idea.
But when you're talking about something that hits home,
yes,
something that has to do with everyday life, something that I can feel it. I see it. I see it every time I turn around. Sports massage therapy. Yeah, that's
it's
good.
cool. It's whatever.
But hey, I can't
pour me a shot.
you.
You know what I'm saying? Pour me a shot though.
Right. So. Of course this would blow up. Of course, because now they see there's a face to put with the disease.
Yes.
It's somebody that has gone through it.
Man.
And so I need to listen to what he's saying because he knows what he's talking about.
Man. And so I say this. And not that it was for me.
Okay.
But people were like, you speak so well on the subject matter.
Yeah.
Like in my brain, I'm like, who don't talk about grief? Who don't talk about people dying? Like, I'm to the point where I love dark humor. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just one of those things where it's like, oh, well, I'm feeling whatever today. I'm feeling dead today, just like my mom and my sister. Like, that type of dark humor, like, that's what I be on.
Yeah.
So whenever people are talking about, like, you speak so well on the topic, I'm like, I'm just talking. Like, I ain't really I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm not trying to X, Y, and Z you for anything. But it's just one of those things where it's like, all I'm doing is taking you back 4 months ago where I was.
Right.
Walk with me. That's all I'm doing.
Right.
Through these videos, through people I'm talking to, X, Y, and Z, it's just, hey, walk with me. Let me take you through my 2024.
So, did it take you 4 months to be able to do this?
No. Like, to the, literal answer, no.
Okay.
Because all the content I have on this page is 4 months old.
Right.
I could have did it the day of. If I wanted to.
But were you emotionally ready?
It wasn't an idea even.
Okay.
My brain never thought, let me go impact the world and let me spread awareness to the world about addictions. Never.
Okay.
Never when I was taking those videos. Never when I went to the hospital. I just wasn't thinking like that.
Right.
And even when I was posting the video, my brain was still on I'm going to be judged for it, not let me go help the people.
Right.
So really that's a selfish tendency because all I'm thinking about is CJ.
I mean,
I ain't thinking about nobody else that I can help.
Okay.
Because even the videos I'm posting, when she's in the bed and she looking in the 1.7 minute, even just the cover art of it, it looks like a dead body. Like these are vulnerable photos and videos that we're talking about. It like people might not want to see that.
But here's the thing.
You know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing. 5 people may not want to see it, but 500,000 people, they need to see it.
Come on.
So what you're doing is that you're doing something that some people may be scared to do.
Fair.
It's not that they don't want to see it.
Yeah.
It's that they, I don't want to be that open. Because it still hurts.
You know what? Let me tell you this. And if you're on this live watching, please listen. It was a lady. She made a post about her story.
Okay.
She tagged me in it. And she was like, CJ Moss inspired me to share my story about my sister that died from cirrhosis. And literally, she had the same idea. She posted her story. So it's like, oh, man, people really want to share.
Right.
They just don't feel like they got a place to share. Or do people care about it? And it's like, that shouldn't matter. Like, that shouldn't stop you from doing or not doing. Like, how it affects somebody else shouldn't stop you from posting the video or taking the shot or asking the girl on a date or going to apply for the job. Like, it's already a no.
Now, you're right.
It's already a no.
You're right. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
So, even listening to you, talking to you, knowing you, you're a strong-willed individual.
I'd like to say
I
like to say so. I like to say so.
You have strong views.
Yes.
And you're just you.
Yeah.
Okay. So, with that being said, even you, for a moment, had some doubt.
Absolutely.
So just imagine somebody that doesn't have that CJ Moss spirit.
Okay. Okay. Let me walk with me. Walk with me now.
He's gonna walk with
me.
Okay, I'm walking.
Walk with me.
I'm walking.
So what happens is me and that person that's not CJ Moss, we're gonna meet at the same place eventually, right?
Eventually.
All CJ Moss did was I went left, they went right.
Or you got there a little sooner.
So I'm talking to the point of people that let the enemy in the ear and the enemy wins.
Right.
The enemy was in my ear too.
But he didn't win.
He didn't win.
Okay.
So I'm battling the enemy the same way you battling the enemy.
Right.
I'm just winning. You're losing. I'm just keeping it 100. I'm looking at the enemy, knowing that he's studying me, he's studying all my moves, he's studying all my traits,
right?
Knowing that I know my weaknesses too, enemy. I know what I'm doing.
Right.
So the same film you're watching on me, I made the film.
Okay.
So I hope you don't think that I don't know my weaknesses. So you can't beat me on something that I know how to control.
Right. Like you say, control the controllable.
So it's one of those things that, okay, if we look at it, hey, see, you're posting a video of your sister, she's passed away, you're spreading alcohol awareness, you're spreading addiction awareness. Essentially, you're just telling people to stop drinking alcohol because it's December 30th, 31st, right before New Year's.
Right.
Knowing everybody's going to drink alcohol.
Right.
What's bad about that?
Right. Nothing's bad about it.
So why would you listen to the enemy if you know what you're doing is pure? It's going to help. It's in love.
Right. But here's the thing.
Talk to me.
Grief.
Uh-huh.
Grief does... And I've grieved before.
Okay.
I've seen more people grieve than I've grieved just because, whatever. But grief will make you do or make you not do things that either you would do or you wouldn't do.
Agreed.
And so maybe their grief is so overwhelming because now Kayla dealt with grief.
Yes.
And so that was a part of the issues.
Agreed.
And so sometimes, even though people may want to do what you did, maybe looking at the pictures or thinking of the memories is too overwhelming at this point for them to do. So with that being said, you handle your grief. Everybody handles grief differently.
That's factual. Yes.
Right.
That is, I will agree wholeheartedly.
Okay. So what won't you agree with?
That the grief has to stop you. Or the grief has to control you, or the grief is the culprit to you destroying your life.
And we know this.
For a fact.
But,
come on.
With that being said, everybody is not there.
That's true. So because you're not there, all you're doing is you kicking the can down the road.
Well, I mean, we know that.
So to the people listening, there's something out there that they want to do.
Right.
And they're worried about whatever they're worried about.
Right.
As long as you're focused on the worries and not what it could be,
okay,
you're just kicking the can down the road.
Right.
Let's just say a great, easy topic.
Okay.
How many people probably watching this wants to lose weight? Come on, talk to me. Somebody talk to me.
Okay.
How many people want to lose weight?
Quite a bit.
To those people that want to lose weight,
right?
Do you think they woke up this morning and decided, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to eat clean, and I'm going to sleep for 8 hours to make sure that I lose this weight? Because I know that if I eat coffee, I eat bread, I eat 5 different meals, and I drink soda, I'm knowing that's not going to help me.
Right.
So all I'm saying is that you just make the decision.
Okay. You
make a left decision or a right decision. You don't have a decision problem necessarily because you're making a decision.
Okay.
It's just the wrong one. All the time. All the time. No, come on. Don't laugh because look.
I'm laughing because
look.
Right.
No, because look. Because who else made the wrong decisions constantly? My sister.
Right.
And it ended up being her
last decision.
She did not know what to do.
Right.
She'll look you in the face drinking a shot saying alcohol's awful for me.
Yeah.
Alcohol's terrible for me.
Right.
It's probably going to kill me.
Right.
She'll look you in your face and tell you that. She's just making the wrong decision. So most people are conscious of what they're doing. I just don't believe that there's any stupid people in the world. Most people know exactly what they're doing.
So then what do you think stops people from making the right decision?
Themselves.
Elaborate.
If you can I be touchy?
Of course.
Can I go there?
Go there.
If you say you love your family and you're constantly destroying your body with whatever vice, I'm calling bluff.
Okay.
You don't.
Okay.
Because if I could fast forward 3 years from now, hey, you keep making these decisions, those same members you say you love, they're gonna be crying at your funeral over your casket. I'm calling your bluff on you saying you love people. You loving them the way you think they need love.
Okay.
But the ultimate love is to take care of yourself first, and then I can be given.
Okay.
Because what they say, you can't pour from a empty cup.
Right. Now, is it that they don't love the people, or maybe they're a little selfish?
No, they're processing, their deductive reasoning skill is backwards.
Okay.
You're thinking them first, and then you're going to come all the way back to me.
Okay.
It should be me first, and then I'm going to go up. And I'm talking from a person that was raised that way per se.
Right.
Think about other people, help other people, yada, yada, yada.
Right.
But I learned that, okay, if I don't look good, people don't want to talk to me or look at me. If my breath stinks, people are not going to be in my face.
Right.
If I don't X, Y, people are not going to want to. So what does that mean?
Gotcha.
To look good, I got to brush my teeth. To look good, I got to eat clean. To look good, I got to go to the gym. To look good, I got to practice talking. To look good, I got to straighten up my beard and whatever the case may be. But it's one of those things that most people just, I want to do something.
Okay.
But you're not reverse engineering on what it takes to get there.
Okay. So you're saying
yeah,
that taking care of you first is not selfish.
That's not selfish.
Even though that's what the world thinks.
That's what the world thinks.
Okay.
But I would challenge anybody. Tell me how not thinking about yourself first isn't a human response, number one, but how is that not a fact? Because the first thing you do in the morning is what? Something that involves you.
Right.
I gotta go pee. I gotta brush my teeth. So you're thinking about you first.
Okay.
But most people are just gonna do the easy things. What's
right.
easy? Get dressed, brush my teeth, yada, yada, yada. But I say do the hard stuff. Go work 12 hours at a job. Diet for 9 months because your doctor just told you got high blood pressure.
Right.
If you don't take this blood pressure medicine and eat clean, you're gonna get untreated high blood pressure and it's gonna end up being renal failure.
Right.
And then from there it's gonna be,
right.
Now, if we reverse all of that back, it's, hey, should I have this donut? It comes right back to the decisions.
Okay.
That's all it is.
Okay.
Everybody watching, you're just one decision away. I made a decision to post a video. Here we are. We're one decision away.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
You don't make you a good person or a bad person, indifferent person, but you're one decision away from changing your life.
Okay. So what do you want to come out of these posts, these videos?
I want to...
Because now at the beginning you wasn't expecting anything.
Correct.
But now that something is happening, what do you see yourself doing with this?
I want to speak to as many people about the situation, about what I've gone through, aka addiction. I don't have any empirical evidence. I believe that my mom was addicted to food.
Okay.
She just didn't stop doing it per se.
Okay.
And she would tell you, I know I'm not supposed to be eating Oreos, but I love Oreos.
Okay.
Let me get some Oreos.
Okay.
My sister, she was addicted to alcohol.
Right.
You knew not to, whatever case may be, and you still decided to X, Y, and Z. So my goal is, with that mindset that my mom and my sister had, you're not going to be here long. It's just as simple as that.
Right.
I'm not God. I'm not a doctor even. But if you keep pushing the needle or kicking the can down the road, eventually, it is too late. Eventually, it is too late. Yeah. Eventually, there is no coming back.
Right.
So my job or my goal right now, I feel like, is to just spread the awareness of your addiction. Is there a problem? Do you have a problem? Are you addicted to something? Most people don't even know they have certain addictions. Let's say, for example, a phone addiction.
Okay.
Most people, literally, first thing they do when they wake up, phone. It's an addiction.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying?
I get
so something as small as that.
Okay.
Or something as small as some people think that they have to have sodas with their meals to eat food. That's an addiction. Why do you think that you have to have something that's unhealthy with a healthy salad? I got to have a salad with Dr. Pepper. No, you don't. You just want it. You're addicted to that carbonation down your throat. You're addicted to that feeling. And then you feel like that justifies you that you're right.
Right.
Your body doesn't care.
Gotcha.
Your body's going to operate a certain way.
Gotcha.
And if you give it the right things or you don't give it the right things, you're going to be able to tell.
Right.
I can tell when a person cares about their life and they don't. I can tell by how you look. I can tell by how your body shape is. I can tell by how your teeth look, or if your breaths. Then it's not a judgmental spirit. It's just one of those. If you see a dude in a suit, you like, oh, he's sharp. Like he look like he about something.
Right.
I don't know what he about, but he about something. You see a dude with some flip flops and a t-shirt, and it's all mangy. It's like, oh, this dude might be a bum, if you will.
Gotcha.
So it's one of those things that if you just take care of number one, back to the point, take care of number one. It's not selfish. Taking care of number one is always going to be the way to go, in my opinion.
Okay.
And I feel like I watched my father do it. I watched my mother do it. I watched my sister do it. And I watched myself do it, if you will. Now, not everybody has the best idea of what thinking about self is.
Okay.
Because my mom thought about herself. My sister thought about herself.
Okay.
But my dad thought about himself as well when he got up and didn't want to go to work and went to work to provide for his family.
Right.
My sister was thinking about herself when she was like, F all of y'all, I'm a drink.
Right.
So it's still a positive selfishness, negative selfishness, if you will.
Right.
But to the people that understand and can comprehend, it's when you take care of self first and everything that you can control first, everybody else is going to get the residuals.
Okay.
think about a cup with the water filling up. Like,
Gotcha.
it's just gonna overflow.
Right.
It's an abundance.
Right. Okay.
Go ahead.
So, how did now other than tell your people if they have questions?
Oh, you got okay. Let me see.
Do they have any questions? If y'all have questions, put them in the chat.
We got you. Do you think your grief journey has shifted your perspective on life? Speaking honest, what up, little nephew? But Mama V said, do you think your grief journey has shifted your perspective on life? And yes, it has completely.
How?
More so, Mom passed away first, because the first one's always the worst, I feel like.
Right.
I'm going to say 95% of the things that humans think are important, they're not important.
Okay.
Because when it's the end all be all, which is death, it's the funeral.
Okay.
We're talking to the people that are alive right now.
Right.
And they're burying somebody.
Right.
But also the people that are alive, you're going to pass away eventually as well. It's a sense of... Oh, we're good? I was making... Okay. It's a sense of... Whenever my mom was in a casket, nobody cared about what her job was.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody cared about her position of her job.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody cared about how much money she made. Nobody cared about all the bad things or necessarily good things she did. All they cared about it was the memories and the moments they had with that person.
Right.
So most people wake up, and I get it, pay your bills, be responsible, take care of business. But at the end of the day, it's the life that matters. It's the moments that matter. Your job, they're going to let, if you die right now, your job's going to find your replacement in 24 hours. So the way you sacrificing for them, they're not going to sacrifice for you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Or let's just say, I got to save this money for a rainy day. Or you could take a trip with your family, and that could potentially be the last trip with one of your family members type of thing.
True.
So it's one of those things that I'm not saying be irresponsible, but I'm saying make sure that when you're making decisions on a day-to-day basis, that it actually matters.
Right.
Certain things just don't matter.
Right.
How somebody views you, it doesn't matter. How you think, how you feel about what I'm doing, it doesn't matter. Television don't matter. Social media don't matter. These are per se all distractions from focusing on what you need to focus on.
Okay.
So take the time away that you're the Outwitting the Devil book. It calls it a drifting.
Okay.
So when you're drifting off, you're just doing things that literally don't move the needle at all.
Right.
So if you take away majority of drifting, you look at your life and be like, I ain't doing nothing. Like, I ain't doing nothing. I'm going to work.
Right.
And then what? What you doing before work? What you doing after work?
Drifting.
And then on the weekend, what you doing?
Right.
You're drifting.
Right.
And drifting, what they mean drifting, you're drifting away from the goal.
Right.
You're drifting away from certain things.
Right. You're taking your eye off the prize.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Napoleon Hill, Outwitting the Devil. But
Okay.
yes, drifting. That's the name of the game.
To the readers, Napoleon Hill, Outwitting the Devil.
Yes, Outwitting the Devil. What motivated you to post about this specific topic? Recency bias. I'm not gonna lie. It had been the most catastrophic thing I had been through in that time frame, if you will. And also I had the idea of, like I said, it is January or December 30th.
Right.
People gonna be drinking.
Right.
People gonna be drinking.
Because if you read the news, 2 people died. Drunk driving accident, 18, 19-year-old.
Really?
They went out. They didn't come home.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, I did not know that.
I think it was in Beaumont, Texas.
Really?
Uh-huh.
But no, it's one of those things where it's like, the motivation was, I was sad. I was grieving.
Right.
But there's also it's December 30th, December 31st. My sister just passed away from the thing that these people are probably going to, 98% of America is probably going to do.
Right.
Let me see if this might, I could have posted about my mom because I was sad. I could have posted a random video about my sister because I was sad. Like,
right.
But I decided to put something together to try to at least impact somebody, if you will.
Right.
But, and what advice would you give your listeners when it's coming from you who watched it happen? And do you think addiction is a disease? If so, do you think you can make a simple decision? Oh, heck yeah. Okay, what advice would you give your listeners when it's coming from you who watched it happen? So meaning, I guess, my perspective. What advice would I give people on my perspective when I watch the things happen that happen? Speak up. Like, say something.
See something, say something?
Like, say something. Like, say something hard, actually. Like, and I feel like I did do that. And you got to be mature enough to understand that it might not work.
Right.
You speaking up, you barking, you yelling, you telling, you condemning them for their sins. They're awful people. You should stop doing whatever vice you have. It could blow up in your face.
Right.
And that's okay. But I'd rather it blow up in my face than just not do anything at all and just watch it.
Now, when you say it could blow up in your face, what do you mean?
They could die.
Okay.
You could literally,
Okay.
you can tell them, hey, stop doing this, stop doing this, stop doing this, stop doing this.
Right.
And then that makes them want to do it more. Let's say, for example, go way back. A little boy you liked. Say your mom or your friend like, girl, he's whack. Oh, he ain't good. Girl, you need to leave him, yada, yada, yada.
Right.
That made you want to what? Talk to him more.
Right.
It's the same idea.
Right.
Stop drinking. Stop smoking. Stop gambling. Stop. Oh, I'm finna do it more.
I mean, human nature. Tell people don't touch the wet paint. First thing they do is touch the wet paint.
Let me touch the wet paint.
Now, let me ask you this. Emotionally.
Come on.
When Kayla died, because you knew that it wasn't a surprise.
Right.
You knew that it was going to happen.
Okay.
Where was your emotional barometer at that moment? Not after, not before, but in that moment.
I'm not gonna lie. Help me barometer. You said emotional barometer.
Yeah.
It's like my meter.
Yeah, your meter.
Okay, I thought so. Okay, I was making sure. I was reading the room, but I was making sure my vocab ain't that advanced. But the day it happened, or like just
when you got the word in that moment, where were you mentally?
To be honest, it was a finally like a sigh of relief. It literally was like a not about time, but it was like a okay, a bit. Like mom was initially my mom's death was way worse than my sister's death.
Okay,
but the aftermath, my sister's death is worse than my mom's death. I would say.
Okay,
but in terms of my emotional meter. You was dead in June of 2024.
Gotcha.
I'm just waiting for like
the body to catch up.
And I just made that random month up. Gotcha. But it's like after I seen the decisions you was making back in 22 and 23, I'm waiting for the call. I'm waiting for the day because I know because you are my sister and because we were raised by the same two humans, I know how your brain works. I know you can either be thinking about this or that or that. So it's gonna be one of those three.
Right.
It ain't gonna be a fourth one. Because I know where you come from.
Okay.
Type of thing. So after I seen what I needed to see, it was pretty much a job of notify the others. That's the spirit that was, hey, you don't summon people to death. You don't say, hey, she's going to, but it's like, hey, just understand that the decisions that she's making, it's not going to end well.
Right. Type
of thing. And try to give it to them gentle, if you will.
Okay.
But no, it wasn't, oh, I'm about to burst out into like it wasn't that, if you would. It was just it was literally okay, what we do next? Like not even what we do, I know what we do, but like, all right, did you call so and so?
Right.
Like let's get this show on the road type of thing.
Okay.
And not even a push it or not like I'm angry or mad, but it's like we've done this less than 2 years, or we did this 2 years ago.
Right.
Like let's make sure that we get through this process as easy as possible because we know what after the funeral acts are. We know the phone call stop.
Right.
We know the visitation stops.
Right.
We know people stop. Hey, bro, I'm just checking on you.
Right.
Those things stop.
Right.
So it's one of those, not that you're rushing the process, but you're halfway like, okay, I don't want to go through this shit again. I just seen these same people 2 years ago.
Right.
Saying I'm sorry. I'm tired of your sorries. You and your sorries can go buy some eggs and make me some, you know what I'm saying, omelet or something. Like your sorry's not going, I appreciate it though. I understand the heart is coming from. I do.
Right.
But to the people that understand, like when people tell you sorry, my condolences in my life.
Right.
What I'm gonna do with that?
I get you.
Type of thing.
I understand.
But no, go ahead.
Where are you in the process now?
Of grief?
Of everything. Because like you said, it happened 2 years ago.
Yes.
So the two most important women, well, in your life,
right?
That were there with you every day for what, 28 years?
28
years. So where are you in that process now, today?
Cliche. It's very cliche, but like let go and let God.
Okay.
And I mean that to like the deepest meaning of like, God, do you want me to brush my teeth today? Type of spirit. Okay. So it's very much so because I feel like everything I wanted up until this point, I ain't got. in a certain area. Now, my career, I've thrived. In my body, I've thrived. Helping, like, those, I'm not talking about that, but in the grief journey itself and, like, trying to figure out what's next in my life, it's like all the things that I wanted in my life, I wanted because my mom and my sister were going to see it and they were going to be there to watch.
Okay.
They're no longer here, so now it's a test or challenge on, do you still want those things? Do you still want to, and do you still want to, and do you still want to? And I can't look you in the face and say, I still want to. Yeah, my mom passed, my sister passed. I still want to conquer the world.
So then, if that's the case, just playing the devil's advocate just for a minute,
Go ahead.
did you really want him in the first place?
Yes.
You.
Yeah. So, yes. And I'm going to tell you why. Because when I achieve something and I get to go show the trophy to my mom, hey, mom, I had a baby. Hey, sister, I got a wife. Hey, mom, I'm a millionaire now. These are things that I want to do to bring it back home to show you. I'm coming back home and it's not there, per se. So now it's a test on my, like you said, do I really want it? In that moment, absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. Everything else I wanted to the core. But now that they're gone, it's like, oh, man, I wanted that so I could show them because those are still my girls.
Right.
I still want you to be proud of your brother, be proud of your son type of thing. Now, granted, I still have my father, and that's more than enough.
Right.
But it's one of those things of right now it's still was what I wanted in 2020 or 2021. Do I still want those things? Right. Are those things even worth it? Like I talked about drifting. Right. Were they pure? Right. Were they just for my ego? Were they just for me to look good for myself? I got a new car to go show the girls. Like what's the intentionality behind it, if you will? You know,
I woke up this morning and when you wake up and you go straight to your phone.
Come on. That's you?
Yeah. So But I woke up this morning and I did go straight to my phone, but I didn't go straight to the things that I normally go on my phone. Okay. And one of the things that I came across was Pastor Mike Jr. He had this song that I can't remember right now. But anyway, he's all over social media, clips and things like that. But one of the clips that he posted was, sometimes we go through things and we're like, why is this happening to me? Why is this death happening to me? Why am I doing this? What is this? What is this? God, what are you doing? Yeah. And so sometimes he said that you have such a calling on you. Yeah. That God has put so much into you. Come on now. That the things that you go through are, you just said it, it's a test. A test of your faith. A test of what are you going to do when this happens? Are you going to fall back from God? Or are you going to fall into God? Yeah. You know, and you have gone through some things.
Praise God.
You know, and so I submit to you.
Yeah, come on.
That
not the submission, not the submission. I submit to you.
I would submit to you.
You grew up in the church, didn't you?
I did. Coach.
Okay, go ahead.
So I would submit to you that, and there's no way that God can ever, or anybody can ever, replace your sister or your mother.
Fair.
But the Bible says that God will not take from you unless he gives you something even more. Okay. And so you don't know the things that God has in store for you.
Come on.
But I would say that because of everything and all these things that you are going through, that God has a hell of a gift for you at a later date. All you got to do is just hold on and do what you're doing. Okay. Because not only are you helping you, but you're helping so many other people. And grief doesn't just come from death. You know, grief, it doesn't. There's so many people that are out there grieving.
Come on.
And sometimes, I'm going to tell you, my pastor lost his wife. Yes. He lost his wife, and she was young. She was 33. That's great. She was young and left 2 babies. And I watched him. We watched him as a church. And he's in the spotlight. So, you know.
Can't miss him.
And I was like, I have never in my life seen a man grieve with grace. With class. You know what I'm saying? Like now, when she was sick, we was in church for felt like ever.
Okay. Had to get it off. Though. Yeah.
Listen, and you know, and even through the years, the things that he's gone through, that would I say would chop down a better, stronger person.
Yeah.
And you know, so I watch you. Y'all remind me. You know, you got yeah. You know, and I watch him, and I watch you, and looking at you, you wouldn't be able to tell. Which is a good thing,
okay.
You know, because you're able to go out and help the people. And they're like, okay, well, I know he's grieving because I know how much he loved his people.
Yeah.
And if he can do it like that, let me get up. Let me wash my face.
Okay.
Let me put on some clothes.
Okay.
Let me get out there and do what you know, so I suggest to you keep doing
motivation by
what
inspiration.
you're doing. Yes,
okay. Yes, ma'am.
Because you're helping, you're saving lives.
Okay.
Because we may not be able to save the ones that we want to save.
Say it worse. Say it one more time. I need to say that for me.
We may not be able to save the ones that we want to save.
Okay.
But there are other mothers.
Yes.
Other sisters.
Yes.
Other fathers.
Yes.
Other sons.
Yes.
That you can.
Okay.
And you're doing a good job.
Okay. So Michelle said, how do you stay so positive after losing the closest people in your life? Can I switch it up?
Sure.
Can you answer that and I'll answer that? Because I want it to be a what you see in me. How do you think that I stay so positive after losing 2 out of my 3?
Well, you've for knowing you, you've always said the 3 C's or the 2 C's or what is it? Control the controllable. So
it sounds like CJ. It sounds about right.
Yeah. So just my personal opinion. Those are 2 things that you could not control. Okay. As much as you wanted to, as much as you want them here, as much as you wanted them to be here, you couldn't control the actions of what they did. Right. And so what I see is I see you loving the people that are here, growing in your faith. Yeah. You know, and I see that when we talk, and that's I think that's one of the foundations is the holding on to God and not letting go. Because I've never heard you in the conversations that we've had, I've never heard you blame God. And people do that. You know, they lose they lose these people. But what we've got to realize is that they aren't our people.
Oh man, you better stop preaching. Go ahead, don't listen.
They're not ours. God loaned them to us. You know, and so what I've seen you do is that you're taking their memory and you're doing something positive. Yeah. You're helping people. You're making sure that you're okay. Yeah. You're making sure that the last parent you got is okay.
Yeah, come on now.
Making sure that the family that you have around you is okay. Because we all got to travel that road. Yeah. It's how we do it. Okay. You know? Okay. And so I think that you're just taking one day at a time. Yeah. Taking the positive that you can, learning from what you're going through, you know, one day at a time, holding on to God, loving the people that surround you.
So standing in the midst of agreement with you on that. Mm-hmm. And to the question.
Yeah, I forgot the question.
How do you stay so positive losing the close people in your life? And it's weird, but you're going to get it.
Okay.
I don't feel like I'm positive. I feel like I'm just CJ.
Okay.
So when you say how you so positive, I feel like a salesman is positive.
Okay.
Hey, how you doing today? You want to go? What's your card? Credit card and your credit score, and you get this for $5,000 down. That's positive.
Okay.
That's uplifting. That's not. Maybe that is me, but like I don't like turn it off and on.
Right.
The off is just like, okay, I don't want to talk. I'm finna go to sleep.
Right.
Off.
Okay.
When I turn it on, it's just. I'm turning on my voice. I'm talking. I'm just being myself.
Right.
So when she says, how are you positive? It's just, I'm not a noun. Like, I'm just being CJ.
Right.
And CJ is positive, maybe.
Right.
Or maybe my voice is uplifting and it's a positive tone.
But but here's the thing. Positive doesn't stop because of tragedy.
Yes.
You know, I think tragedy pulls what's already there.
Okay.
Now, if you are a butthole and you're gonna be a bigger butthole.
I know a couple. Yeah.
You know. Yeah. If you're angry, you're gonna be angrier.
Yes.
But if you are a positive person on the inside, the core of who you are, and tragedy strikes.
Come on.
It may, you know how sometimes you get the trees that they bend with the wind, but they don't break.
They don't break.
You know, it doesn't dim who you are. Okay. It may take you a minute to
Find it, yeah.
Not even find it, because I haven't seen you lose it.
Okay.
And that's just even when you were talking at your sister's funeral, you were still
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
If I don't know if they can see, but you were still
giving it to them. No, for real.
No, I mean, you are a positive person.
Yeah.
You always have a smile. Now you
Praise
may go
God.
home and frown or whatever you do in your quiet time, but you're.
She'll tell you the truth.
Okay. But you are who you are.
Yes.
And tragedy has not changed that.
Okay.
And so maybe on a bad day it might dim the light a little, but it doesn't blow out the bulb, if that makes sense.
That's wow.
Hey.
It doesn't. It dims the light a little.
Yeah.
But doesn't blow out the bulb.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! I've never heard that before. I've never heard that before.
I never said it before.
Oh, but no,
that's mine. Can't nobody else have it.
No, for real. Copyright that. No, for real. No, but it's somebody said in the and I've heard it before, and I guess reading it is different because I'm a listener. I like listening to stuff. I really don't like to read. It's lazy of me. It really is.
I'm a reader.
But so how I think about it. I
still want my book that you promised me.
I got this at the house.
Okay.
But the side note is I can receive more information by listening than reading. In CJ's brain.
Yeah.
You might be able to read more than you can.
Yeah, because if you talk to me.
It's your social media's gone.
It's like some of it trickles through, but the rest of it starts falling. Yeah.
So it's one of those, if I'm reading for reading it or something like that, I'm really gonna embody it, if you will.
Gotcha.
And so somebody said, I posted a video of my mom and they said, man, that's crazy. From your videos, I can see that your mom lives through you.
Oh.
I've heard it. Nurse. I've heard it. But like in that video when I watched it, I was like, oh, they ain't lying.
Okay.
I just like that. Like I'm literally that.
Okay.
In a male though.
Okay.
Like so I'm watching these videos of my mom now and I'm like, oh bruh, like that's me for real
and that's a good thing.
DNA test no needed.
That's a good
type
thing.
of thing. But it's one of those people would say the same thing about my mom. She's a light. She's a this. She's a, even some people, even some of her nurses that used to take care of her.
Right.
They seen the video and they're like, "Oh, we love Mrs. Moss." Yeah, she used to always talk about
right.
So the impact you made just from being a light, if you will. So when they say how you so positive, it's like I guess my teacher, my birth giver.
Yeah.
Maybe?
And then and that's good because the thing about it is, only God knows how long we're going to be here.
Praise God. Praise God.
And some people shine so bright.
Come on.
And they live their life so big in that short amount of time that it's okay.
Okay.
It's not okay with us when we lose those people. But they've left. The Bible says that he's not going to take you before your time.
Okay.
So whether the in the Old Testament it talks about the potter and the clay and the potter is God. We're the clay. And so what he molds us into is for his glory, whether it's good or bad.
Okay.
So whether you die not doing something that God
called you,
you know what I'm saying?
Or you did.
It's because of what he has decided.
Okay.
And so your mom lived such a bright light in so short of a time that she's going to leave. Her fingerprints are going to be here forever.
Man.
Okay. Kayla.
Yeah.
She was a bright light herself. But sometimes, sometimes we have so many inner demons.
Yes.
Now, and I know about those.
Come on now. Psych ward.
Because of the way,
psych ward.
I worked in psych.
Nurse, nurse.
And so, but sometimes those demons overwhelm.
Okay.
But it doesn't stop the fact that while you were here, because I've seen the post about Kayla, I've heard the story.
Yeah.
And she made her
known, yeah, she did.
Oh, we love Kayla. She was so sweet. Her smile was so, and she
was
was
known, yeah.
I loved her. She was amazing, regardless of what she was dealing with. That didn't stop the light. It was a little dim, because of the things that she was going through, but it never went out.
Okay.
And I know that at the end, she made her peace with God.
Come on now.
And that's the most important
you did.
thing. And so, you know, and I said this to you before, there comes a time in the journey where we'll never stop missing.
Right.
We'll always grieve.
Always.
But as time goes on, you start remembering the good things.
Okay.
You start remembering.
You remember
when Mama
yeah,
did this.
type
You remember
stuff.
when Kayla did this.
Okay, can I ask you a question then?
Of course.
Not before you go far.
Okay.
Because you talked about demons.
Mm-hmm.
To somebody out there that's watching and they're dealing with the demons
Mm-hmm.
or a demon or whatever the case may be,
Mm-hmm.
what advice would you give to them on, I don't know if you would say casting out it or getting rid of it or just not dealing with the demon? What would be that advice to you?
So let me tell you, because I'm a church girl.
Come on, talk to me.
The Bible says that, I think it was Peter or Paul, I forgot which one. One of them cut off the ear and the other one, wrote letters. But he had a thorn in his flesh.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it was Paul. He had a thorn in his flesh.
Okay.
And over the years, people have always, what is the thorn? What is the thorn? What is the thorn? Because sometimes God is not going to take it away. The demons, the issues, or whatever it is that we're dealing with. And I
like that.
Listen,
Stay right there.
Sometimes you're going to have to endure it.
Yeah.
He's going to give you the strength to endure it. He's going to give you the fortitude to endure it. You have to endure some things. I was raised in foster homes.
Mm-hmm.
I was in a lot of them. I was in 36 of them. So that's a lot of different people.
Yeah, it is.
That I'm dealing with, taking on this, that. When I turned 18, it was just me. They put me out the whole state of Oklahoma.
Okay. Whole state. It's a small state.
Oklahoma is not a small state. They gave me a one-way plane ticket back to California, and they was like, you got to go. Okay?
Hey.
So I dealt with a lot of things over the years, a lot of issues, trauma, this, and this. Until my 30s.
Okay.
So there are things that happen to people that they deal with their whole lives. And so the thing that you have to do is, number one, you've got to get a relationship with God.
Come on.
I don't care about people that say they don't believe in this, they don't believe in that, a higher power, whatever.
Yeah.
You've got to have a relationship with the Creator.
Okay.
My pastor was talking about it today in the meeting, is you got to stay plugged in.
Yes.
Because Wi-Fi is good, battery remote stuff is good, but you got to plug them in or they're going to go dead. So you've got to keep an open line with God. Okay. You've got to. And then you've got to surround yourself with people. You got to get a support system. And you got to get a support system that they're going to love you through.
Okay.
They're going to love you in spite of. Because you're going to, when it comes to healing, you don't just wake up one day and be like, oh, I'm healed.
Yeah.
What it is stutter steps.
Okay.
Sport term.
I like that.
It's stutter steps.
Yeah.
You sometimes you going forward and you're like, I got this. And sometimes somebody think you got the ball and they want to, and you take some steps back, but you can't give up.
Okay.
But you got to because you can't do this by yourself.
Yes.
You come in the world by yourself, you're going to leave by yourself, but you can't live it by yourself.
I like that.
You've got to have people that love you for real.
Okay.
And for real. And you've got to be discerning of that.
Okay.
You can't just let anybody into your ear.
Oh.
Because people will tell you things. Oh, I love you. I'm doing this for you. Just listen to me. And that ain't necessarily true. So you got to have God.
Okay.
You got to have a God-given support system.
Okay.
And then some things you got to let go.
Okay.
And it's easier said than done.
Hold on, I got a question.
Letting go of some things.
Do you think you have a good support system to help you navigate through the grief? Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah.
I think you do.
I'm gonna say and I'm saying that very humbly because I feel like
I can't stand you.
I'm saying it humbly, but I'm not being humble. Oh, it say we got 5 minutes for the live. Oh Lord, I don't know what this is.
We'll get them 5 minutes.
But I think my circle's solid.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to say I'm him. I'm gonna have a solid circle, but naturally I love people. Right. I love them to my core.
Okay.
But also naturally I don't like them because I can call your bluff. Okay. So if I find out you're bluffing, that's our last time talking. Because why do you have to bluff? You don't even know me.
Oh. my God.
You know what?
Give people grace.
My boy, if he watching this right now, RCM, bro, we went to freaking Colorado the first time. We got on the plane, and I was sitting next to this lady. The flight from Colorado to Texas to Colorado about 2.5 hours.
Okay.
I sat in the middle. She sat to the left where the window is, and he sat on the outside aisle.
Okay.
Me and that lady talked in the whole 2.5 hours. The whole plane was pissed off.
Why?
Because we was loud. We was talking. It's a random lady, and I can't even tell you. Barbara. Her name was Barbara.
Hey, Barbara.
White Caucasian woman. She probably 63 now at this point. But
go ahead.
But my point being is that people don't like to give their true authentic self to people because they feel like they're going to be judged by people.
But that is true.
Yeah.
But sometimes people don't even know who they are.
Oh, stop. We only got 5 minutes. Stop
I know.
it.
But I'm just saying that you can't give what you don't know.
Yeah.
So in those times, we've got to give grace.
Come on.
Because just because you know who you are,
yeah,
don't mean the next person do. But by meeting you,
yeah,
they could start that road to learning who they are. But I'm really for real. Sometimes we can be 50, 60 years old and not know who we are. Sometimes we live for other people and we've never learned who we are because I'm so busy trying to be the perfect son, the perfect wife, the perfect husband, the perfect friend.
Well, you do know what you are. You're a people pleaser. That's what you are.
But do you know, and this is going to have to go offline because you say we got 4 minutes. You know that trauma, people pleasing, is a product of trauma.
So, okay. Oh, I almost went there.
I know.
Regardless,
we'll fuss about this later.
Okay, but regardless of what it was, you're still that.
Okay, but
so because you're fat because it's genetic or because you eat like trash, doesn't matter. You're fat.
I hate
you need to lose weight. I don't care where it comes from. I don't care where it comes from.
But if you
need to figure it out.
Some people are happy.
You're 50 and 60. You got to figure it out. You're not playing.
I'm not saying that you don't, but sometimes it takes longer than others. And what I'm saying is because we talk.
Yeah.
And I've told you that your expectations for people are so high that it's like I'm 5'3". Sometimes it's hard to get up to 7 feet. I'm still striving though.
And continue to strive. So that's the thing. I will agree. Expectations are high. But when you say expectations, when I say expectations, you're thinking that I'm expecting you to do 1, 2, 3, like a list of things, meaning that you will be living for me.
No,
expectation is I expect you to give efforts, energy, execution to what you said you wanted. But when it came out of your mouth into my ears, you know who I am.
I do.
If you don't want that in your mouth to come in my ears, keep your mouth closed. Because you know, and they know that, listen to me. If you're going to talk to me, if we're going to do this thing, we're going to kumbaya, we're going to rock together, you're going to act a certain way.
But what if I let you down? What if I don't meet your expectations? Do you cut me off?
So no, if you gave it everything you got. If you had 50 points in the game and y'all lost by 1, you lost.
Okay, but what?
You had 50, but you still lost.
But what if I lost by 10, but I still gave it everything I had?
That's all I want out of you.
But how do you know? But who's giving it everything I got do I have to listen to? Is it you're giving it everything I got or am I giving it everything I got?
How about this? Everybody has to give it what you got, right?
Right.
When you get that call at 3 o'clock in the morning, that so-and-so passed away, do you have a second thought about getting out the bed?
Of course not.
Whenever you're supposed to go to the gym the next morning at 5 a.m. and you didn't get much sleep the night before, I'm expecting that same version out of you.
Roll over.
I'm expecting the same version out of you. So you gave the efforts to the person that's about to die, but you didn't get the efforts to yourself. Back to you people pleasing. You're worried about them instead of you, and you can't pour from an empty cup.
There you go.
So my expectations really don't be high. It's just a sense of effort. My expectations is really to bring the best out of you for you. Okay. The results are going to be what they are.
Okay.
Part 2 coming soon.
Part two coming soon. So first of all, let me thank CJ.
Come on.
Because I have been trying to get this man on this show forever.
Come on now.
I want to thank you for being your true authentic self. I want to thank you for letting us get a glimpse of your insides.
Praise God.
Not your real insides, but your insides.
I almost went dark humor again on you, girl.
And I really do. I want to thank you. I want to thank you guys for tuning in to the intro podcast. hey, we'll see you next time.